Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hey, today's rock and metal news, we're going to start it off a little bit about the Motley Crue and Def Leppard. They just announced some stadium tours in the States in August, and they're going to have a little different bands. It's going to be, of course, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, but Alice Cooper has signed on to be one of the opening acts. So that'll be good. I mean, Alice is a, you know, great artist. I like his early stuff. Again, we're going back to the 70s. I mean, some of them hits he had there, man, was just stellar. So, again, Alice Cooper coming back and getting on the road. He lives on the road. He tours hundreds of shows a year. So be ready for that this coming August, and attend it if you can. I think it'll be a good show. I like Def Leppard. I told you, they blew everybody away from the stadium. Poison's up there second, but again, that Stadium Tour 2023, they announced 6 dates. So check it out if you can. Moving on, we're kind of staying in the state of Michigan. Talk a little bit about Bob Seger, great artist, man, ton of hits, back in the day. He was up there, started in the late 60s, and 70s. He ruled the charts. In the 80s, he was there all the way up to the 90s. He had one hit after another on soundtracks, but the 70s is really where, he started making a name for himself. I tell you what, there's not, I tell you what, it'd be hard to name another live album out there by any rock metal band that's better than that 1976 Live Bullet. And I tell you, that stands the test of time. And love old Bob Seger, he don't know, he hasn't retired yet, from touring, from music, Alto Reed, his death, it really hurt him bad, he'd been with him for years, right? They've been bandmates for years. So, he's grieving a little bit. He hasn't turned, say, hey, I'm going to stop. He did say that he may not tour again. So, give him a little time to grieve, and maybe he'll come out one more time. Who knows? But, Bob Seger, I tell you, you talk about his hits. There's a number of them there. Turn the Page, which Metallica done. You can't, golly, he can sing anything, man. A little blues, a little bit of everything. And it was a good show. He puts on a good show, interacts with the fans, but everybody's standing on their feet on Bob's songs. Everybody knows him. Some of the old time rock and roll, Against the Wind, Night Moves, great acoustic song. Turn the Page, still the same. Man, you can listen to this all day if you're at work, man, and it's one hit after another. Like a Rock, We've Got Tonight, Her Strut, Hollywood Nights, Ramblin' Gamblin', man. The list goes on. And I tell you, he had just probably more hits than Boston in the 70s. You have Boston, you have Foreigner. I've talked about that before. Gee whiz, I tell you, Main Street, he had ballads, he had rockers. It's a, Fire Down Below. Like I said, these 70s hits, Beautiful Losers. Rock and Roll Never Forgets. The list goes on. So, yeah, hopefully Bob Seger, man, he gets back out there and maybe gets a farewell tour. I know we're all getting old, said that before, but these are some of the people who they paved the way for rockers today. everybody loves, the 70s, AC/DC, Bob Seger, and then they, somebody to look up to, put it that way, and mold your talents and your your vocals or whatever, from these legend rockers, and they are legends for sure, man. And but moving on from that Bob Seger, we'll go a little bit of Skid Row. Dave Snake Sabo, which I like a lot. One of the better metal guitarists in there, for the classic metal, we can call him classic. He's going under a knife. He's got a couple slipped disc, and he's they canceled their tour for 3 months. He's having a surgery here in the coming week, and it's going to take 3 months off for physical therapy, and then they're going to get back on the road. And when they get back on the road, it's going to be over in Europe. They're going to head over to Japan. They're going to head over to Korea. So they're going to tour the whole world, and then they'll make it back to the States. But, again, they have a new album out. It's doing well. The gang's all here. If you haven't heard it, put it on your Spotify. Take a listen. It's damn good. But good luck to him going underneath the knife, and hopefully we'll see him out and healthy very soon. And to get back to Alice Cooper, that also was an announcement. I mean, this guy's busy as heck. What is he, 71, 72 years old? Like I said, lives on the road. Don't ever take a break. But Johnny Depp, he's in that kind of super group. It is a super group with Johnny Depp. They have announced the revival of that super group, the Hollywood Vampires, for a 2023 European tour. So the Vampires are back, the main ones, Alice Cooper, Joe Perry, and Johnny Depp. And they're going to tour Europe. And they do have rhythm guitarist Tommy Henriksen. He's a good live performer, guy. He's been around for a while. Musician is, a session musician and things, but they are back. They're coming back in a big way, big tour, European tour, in 2023. So be on the lookout for that. And another band I'm gonna promote here, talk about, I should say, is the Whinery Dogs. They got a new album coming out, and they released a single, Xanadu, but the Whinery Dogs consist of Ritchie Kotzen, very solo artist. He did replace C.C. DeVille and Poison for a couple years, and ended up getting out of that band. And Billy Sheehan, one of the best bass players ever, was with David Lee Roth, Mr. Big, and Mike Portnoy. The drummer, and the album's going to be called 3. So, it's good. This new Xanadu, they have 2 previous albums before that. If you get a chance, pull that up on Spotify. You really like it. I mean, Kotzen is a great guitar player. He's kind of bluesy, and he is the vocalist too. He has a great voice. It's I find it to be a little bluesy, a little soul. He really comes out as a singer and a guitarist on there. He's very good at that. And check that out. Again, to get back to a little bit of Def Leppard, to finish up the episode here, they are, as Joe Elliott said, they are working on, going to be working on a new album. After the stadium tour, he says they have tracks left from the previous album, and that he believes they can work up and get another album out. Now the standard has been, or it's going to be, you hear from Guns N' Roses and a couple other ones, they just release tracks. Release a song here, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, they'll release another one. But Joe Elliott states that they're going to do another full album. So be on the lookout for that, late 2023, 2024. And that'll be this episode here on Metalhead Nation Garage. Again, like us, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.